Why is Tang Soo Do called Korean karate? The first person to use the term Tang Soo Do was Won Cook Lee. Won Cook Lee was a high-ranking black belt under Gichin Funakoshi, the founder of Shotokan Karate. Funakoshi brought karate to Japan from Okinawa. The Okinawan karate masters learned an old style of kung fu from China that would later be influenced by cultures from around the region, including the Philippines. But it was originally called China Hand, pronounced Todi in Okinawan, and karate in Japanese. In Korean, the symbol for Tong or Tang refers to the Tang dynasty of China. Tong meaning China, Su meaning hand, and Do meaning way. China Hand Way in Korean. During the time Won Cook Lee trained with Funakoshi, it was still referred to as China Hand, hence the name Tang Soo Do. Later, the Japanese character, or kanji, for empty, which is also pronounced kata, would be used to spell karate, to remove the Chinese influence from the name, and eventually becoming Karate Do. So Tang Soo Do is the Korean translation of karate. That's one of the reasons they call it Korean karate. However, it's not just in the name itself. There are many similarities. The forms share similar movements. Korean pumse, or forms, are similar to Japanese kata, also a type of martial arts forms. The major difference between Korean karate and Japanese or Okinawan karate is the kicks, which come from the Korean arts that were blended into the Korean version of China Hand Way. Kicks and variations unique to Korean martial arts that either did not exist or were not practiced in the karate of Japan or Okinawa. These type of kicking maneuvers were signature traits of Korean martial arts. The blending of these type of maneuvers into the karate made Tang Soo Do a Korean karate. In the most iconic karate movie of all time, The Karate Kid, it's Korean karate versus Okinawan karate. The Cobra Kai dojo practiced Korean karate, which was confirmed in Season 3 of the Netflix spin-off as Tang Soo Do. The referee in the original movie was played by Pat Johnson. Pat Johnson was the martial arts instructor to the original cast. Pat Johnson is a Tang Soo Do student of Chuck Norris, who would later start his own style. Chuck Norris is the most well-known Tang Soo Do black belt, best known for fighting Bruce Lee in the film The Way of the Dragon. Later, Korea would unify the Tang Soo Do or China Hand Way schools under a non-karate name, Tae Kwon Do, foot, or to kick with the foot, fist, and the way. In many martial arts style names, the term fist can often mean fight or way or method of fighting, such as long fist or monk fist. Do refers to the martial arts concept of the way. Before I studied karate, I trained for years in traditional Taekwondo. My instructors got their black belts from Dan K. Choi, a grandmaster in Taekwondo from the Mudokwan, or School of Martial Virtue. The Mudokwan was founded by Hwang Ki, a Tang Soo Do pioneer. After the unification, Tang Soo Do was often referred to as traditional Taekwondo. Whether it's referred to as China Hand or Dynasty Hand, Tang Soo Do or Mudokwan Taekwondo, the Korean version of karate, has influenced martial arts from around the world, but especially American martial arts, as well as iconic movies and the most popular shows streaming on the internet. Subscribe to this channel and hit the bell for notifications.